everybody to another edition of What's in There. Today we're taking a look at Disney Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliances Turning the Tide. Comes with 3 new characters, Davey Jones, Moana, and Stitch. So, let's take a look at each of these characters and what they do. So let's take a look at Davey Jones first. His card is right here, and he offers 2 to your hand, has 10 health, and gives 7 victory points when defeated. A standard movement of 2 and a standard attack of 2. His skills right now, hold on. Am I on the right side? Yes. 1 ally gains 2 cursed. Davey Jones's deck works a lot with cursed. And cursed crew down here, if Davey Jones has cursed, whenever an ally with cursed deals damage to 1 or more rivals, Davey Jones recovers a health. So let's take a look at his deck. And here we are. This is how my wife and I store our cards and people, because now that there's more, the insert doesn't really work anymore. So let's take a look. So here's Davey Jones's figure, front and back, and what he stands on, a little plank with barnacles on them. I don't think I was able to get the stuff off of that one yet. Here's his card. He has an initiative of 90. All right. He has Callous Methods. It is an attack card. Deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival. Up to 2 characters with Cursed recover 1. Forbidden Treasures is an attack. Davey Jones gains Cursed. Draw a card. Sorry, it is the attack action. Draw a card, then draw another card for each character on your team with Cursed. Callous Methods, we did that already. The Black Spot, which is played during movement. Move up to 2 spaces. Davey Jones gains 2 Cursed. At the beginning of your ending phase this turn, each rival dealt damage by Davey Jones this turn gains 2 Cursed. Drag Below, played during the attack. Davey Jones and each adjacent rival gains 2 Cursed. Davey Jones deals 1 damage to himself and to each rival with Cursed. Do You Fear Defeat, played during the attack. Deal damage to an adjacent rival equal to the number of characters with Cursed plus 2. Did the Black Spot already, Drag Below. Recruit the Fallen, played during the attack. If you have a KO'd character, gain 1 point. Then place that character in the arena in an unoccupied space adjacent to Davey Jones. Restore all of that character's health. That character gains 3 Cursed and deals 2 damage to each of its adjacent rivals. Those rivals each gain 2 Cursed. Alright, so that's Davey Jones's deck and all of his stuff. Let's move on to the next person. We've got Stitch. Stitch offers 2 cards to your hand, has a health of 7, and is worth 6 victory points when defeated. Movement is 2. The action is standard attack is 2. Unstoppable. Banish a card from your hand to remove up to 1 status effect from Stitch. And then experiment 626. Whenever Stitch takes 3 or more damage in a phase, Stitch gains 2 tough. He also has... Is this the upgraded side? This is the upgraded side. Sorry about that. But he also has the ability here, whenever Stitch deals damage to a rival, that rival gains 2 no punchbacks. We'll talk about no punchback in a second. And only because I missed it, on the upgraded side of Davey Jones, at the end of your starting phase on Davey Jones's turn, choose any space in the arena, deal 3 damage to each rival on or within 1 space of the chosen space, then flip this card over. Alright, let's take a look at Stitch's deck. Here we go here. Okay, here's his little figure. I don't think I've gotten the stuff off yet. The little protective shields on them are tough to get off, and he has a little pod that he's standing on. And here he is, Stitch. Focus. As an initiative of 41. All right, so he has plasma cannons, range 2, played during the action phase. If Stitch has an odd number of health, deal 3 damage divided as you choose between up to 2 rivals. If Stitch has an even number of health, deal 3 damage divided as you choose between up to 3 rivals. Alright. Destructive Programming, played during the action phase. If Stitch has an odd number of health, deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival and draw a card. If Stitch has an even number of health, deal 4 damage to an adjacent rival, but don't draw a card. Then we have the Blue Punch Buggy, played during the action phase. Deal 4 damage to an adjacent rival. It gains 2 no punchbacks. Stomp Around, played during the action phase. Deal 2 damage to an adjacent rival. If Stitch has an odd number of health, gain a point. If Stitch has an even number of health, you gain an additional action phase this turn. Play during the movement phase, also cute and fluffy. Move up to 1 space. If Stitch has an odd number of health, Stitch gains 2 strong. If Stitch has an even number of health, Stitch gains 2 tough. And Ohana means family. Played during the movement phase, move up to 3 spaces. If Stitch is adjacent to at least 2 allies, shuffle up to 2 random cards from your discard pile into your deck. Now, because Stitch has the no punchbacks, I'll go over that right now. No punchback for Stitch means all damage this character would deal to a rival Stitch is prevented. Alright, that's no punchbacks. And it's particularly for Stitch. Lastly, we have Moana. Here she is. She offers 2 cards to your hand, has 7 health and 5 victory points when defeated. Standard move of 2, standard attack of 2. Her skills sail across the sea. If there are 2 or fewer ocean tiles in the arena, place an ocean tile in an unoccupied adjacent space. We'll talk about ocean tiles in just a second. When you upgrade Moana, she gains... Whenever you place an ocean tile in the arena, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Put each of those cards back on the top or on the bottom of your deck in any order. So let's take a look at her components. Here we go. Moana's figure. Still haven't been able to get some of the protective shielding off. And then she's on water. Still, protective shielding. I can't get it off. She has an initiative of 28. Alright, chosen by the ocean, played during the action phase. If there is at least 1 ocean tile in the arena, deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival. Then, if there are at least 2 ocean tiles in the arena, Moana recovers 2 health. Then, if there is at least 3 ocean tiles in the arena, gain a point. Then we have Crashing Wave, played during the action phase. If there are 2 or fewer ocean tiles in the arena, place an ocean tile in an unoccupied adjacent space. For each ocean tile in the arena, deal 1 damage to each rival on or adjacent to that tile. Or Strike, played during the action phase. Deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival. If Moana has moved 4 or more spaces this turn, deal 4 damage instead. We Know the Way, played during the action phase. Move 1 ally to an unoccupied space adjacent to an ocean tile. A movement card, Heart of Tafiti. If there are 2 or fewer ocean tiles in the arena, place an ocean tile in an unoccupied adjacent space. Move up to 3 spaces. We've looked at Ore Strike already, looked at that one already. Beyond the Reef can be played either. Move up to 1 space. Choose up to 1 adjacent rival. Deal 1 damage to that rival for each space Moana has moved this turn. And then Grandma Tala's Guidance, played during movement. Move up to 3 spaces. Moana recovers 1 health for each ocean tile in the arena. Alright, so ocean tiles, that's been talked about a lot. We have 3 ocean tiles that come with this game. Ocean tiles can only be used by oceanic characters, and you will find that on the top here. Oceanic. Alright. Then, what do? Well, you can kind of surf on them, you can move on them, you can swim, sail, surf, like I said, for an extra movement on their turn. When you move onto or through the space, if that character is the active character, remove this tile from the arena. That character's summoner may add 1 space to that character's current movement. Alright, it cannot be used by non-oceanic characters. I believe non-oceanic characters can still be on them, they just can't use the ability. So that's pretty much what we got here in the Turning the Tide. What did I do with the box? Oh boy. Anyway, here it is. The Turning the Tide expansion for Disney Sorcerer's Arena. That gives us 3 new characters. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Besides that, I think that's it. I'm just checking on one thing to make sure. Yeah, that's going to be it, everybody. See you next time for more of What's in There.